Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Monkman Drew, and I'm here to do my manga reaction to One Piece Manga Chapter 1066. And oh boy, is this going to be something, because from what we see with the title of this chapter being The Wheel of Ohara, this is going to be a very it's gonna be lore. I can't sugarcoat this anymore. It's going to be lore. We're gonna get lore drop in this chapter most likely, and I'm just so excited to see what's going on. So let's just dive right into this chapter and see what's going on. And I guess I could say that I may have been spoiled on something, but it's more or less like I saw like a raw scanlation or a raw image of what's probably going to be in this chapter, and it's nothing that big of a deal. It's not something that I will be gushing over, but it's technically a spoiler by the definitions of it. And oh my gosh, did my computer just freeze up on me? Well, luckily enough, I have a phone with me. Ah, I hate it when this happens. Oh gosh, I really need a new computer. But let's just dive right into the spoilers and see what's going on with chapter 1066. And oh, we're getting a cover page. We're continuing the Germa double sixes emotionless excursion, as we're just skipping over the fact that the last chapter we saw a freaking Augur and Aokiji, a part of the Blackbeard Pirates. Oh, hey, look, it's working on my computer now. Don't have to use my phone anymore. I'm probably still going to have like my phone right here. I'm probably still going to be reading it off of it until my computer actually figures itself out. But yes, we do get the cover page where we get to see the Germa double six as it's like returning to Germa with company. So yeah, it seems as if they've all like made it home. Ichiji, Niji, Yonji, Reiju, as well as now Caesar, have made it back to the Germa double six. So, you know, cool. I mean, that was inevitability, but yeah, okay, yeah, now it's right here on my screen. I can now read it off my screen in big bold letters so I can actually see it. And we get, what are you saying? A futuristic, oh gosh, what does it say? Oh man, it's, oh gosh, I'll read it off my phone for now. My computer is messing up. Oh, here it is. Yep. A futuristic city like this existed in the distant past? This is just conjecture. Ooh. That, yeah, we know for a fact this is a conjecture, because literally at the end of the chapter we saw a giant rusted robot. Yeah, this is most likely the case. Oh, I once knew a passionate archaeologist who was willing to risk his life to shed light on the ancient kingdom. Oh my gosh, we're referencing him? It's like, not only that, but at a certain site, machinery was excavated that dated back to the same era as the kingdom. Oh, we don't get the name of the kingdom? Oh no. Are you saying that machinery was created during the Void Century? As you just have Logic, oh, I forgot his name, but you have like the Logic VEGAPUNK, Shaka, I believe, just looking over at Robin is like, you tell me. Ooh! As you just have everyone just looking over at Robin, Nami's like, you know something about this, Robin? No doubt it's a painful memory, but 22 years ago, your home of Ohara was eradicated by a buster call. I think I know where this is going. I think I know where this is going. I think that happened because Ohara uncovered the details of that kingdom's existence. And everyone's just shocked, surprised. It's like, I believe the history of the Void Century is a history of conflict, once between an alliance of 20 nations and the Forgotten Advanced Kingdom. Oh, come on! Kingdom. They're just like, it's like saying, oh yeah, it's the kingdom. It's implying that he knows the name of the kingdom, but he's not saying it. The victorious 20 went on to form the world government and shape history as we know it. And to ensure that the ideals of the ancient kingdom wouldn't live on, they erased every single trace, or they erased every trace of it from history. Ooh, everyone is just having a different reaction. You have Nami and Usopp, who's more shocked about it. Nami's like, what? That's crazy. What? Is that for real? As you just have freaking, oh gosh, you just have Frank is like, whoa, what an epic and romantic tale. As you just have Sanji's like, hang on, you mean everyone who knows about this gets eliminated? Indeed. Then why did you tell us? Yeah, I can't on here? Okay, yeah, this is the reason why they're going after Vegapunk. And you just have Usopp's like, oh, come on, Brain, forget. You didn't hear a thing. As you just have Shaka's like I said, this is just conjecture. So tell me, Nico Robin, if I am right about that discovery is why Ohara was wiped out. And you just have her just saying nothing. As you just have him like, then wouldn't the government's actions be tantamount to a confirmation? A confirmation? Oh, be tantum to a confirmation. Yeah. As you just have Robin with like a bead of sweat. It's like, why are you asking about this? The scholars did devise a theory after all of the extensive research, but wouldn't someone as high up in the government as you know about it already? As you just have him saying, I'm afraid government affiliation makes no difference. I'm kept in the dark like everybody else. Even bringing this topic up to them will result in my immediate erasure. As you just have freaking Usopp's like, then stop telling us! This is just torture! Let us out of here! As you just have him like, ... As you just have Robin's like, if that's true, how could you know that there was researching that kingdom? All the books and materials were on Ohara, and they were... The will of Ohara lives on. That day shocked the world. In a single night, Ohara, the island renowned for its love of knowledge, was wiped out, save for one little girl. The scholars were labeled devils, dissident, who plotted to overthrow the government. As you just have Robin's just remembering the past. It's just... A few months after the incident, I paid a visit of my own to the scorched earth of Ohara. I was quite acquainted with Professor Clover, the foremost authority on archaeology. I figured I should at least leave some flowers for him. You knew Professor Clover? We're getting more of this. His obsession with the void century fueled his adventurous lifestyle, searching for relevant texts the world over. The Marines incarcerated him on at least 10 occasions, but the time he settled down, he was the world's most famous archaeologist. Oh, that's actually so great. We're learning more about Clover, and I know where this is gonna go. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. This is something. Oh, we're gonna get there when we get there. Oh, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna start reading. Over time, countless scholars were drawn to him, and they all flocked to Ohara. It truly became the land of archaeology. Unfortunately, the aftermath of those talented minds coming together would prove tragic. When I stepped foot on Ohara, even the tree of knowledge had been burned to cinders. I was speechless when I saw it. But the lake at the center of the island had been filled with an unbelievably number of books. What in the world? I could only assume that it was the work of the scholars. They must have dedicated their final moments to ensure that their future had access to their treasure trove of knowledge. As you just have Nico Robin just like being surprised about this because she wouldn't have known because she wasn't there. And it's like, if any Marines did discover the books, they were apparently too ignorant to understand their value and left them there. Ohara had triumphed over them. When I realized that, I couldn't stop myself from crying. Oh no, is something great going to happen? Please take care of Robin. Make sure she escapes the island. I still have a duty to see to here. Mommy, I don't want to leave you. Let me stay too. Save the books. Get the reference material out of the library. Robin, history is our greatest treasure. It must be preserved. We can't just give up on your future. Oh, Mommy! Be proud, Robin. Your mama's an honorable woman. Ohara stood up to the world. Oh no, Nico Robin is crying now. Oh no. You helmet-wearing bastard. How dare you make Robin cry? That's it, Vegapunk. You better release these shoes. Vegapunk? Ooh, who's calling Vegapunk? Oh, okay, we didn't get exactly what it was that I was thinking, but I'll talk about that later. It's just as you said. They came to the same conclusion about the kingdom before the incident. I see. So it's all true. Where are the books from the lake now? I really wanted to take them back to Punk Hazard, but if I knew if the top brass ever caught wind of all of it, it would all be over. So instead, They were taken by the people I saw that day. Ohara was blue 22 years ago, a few months after the Buster Call incident. Someone else is visiting the debris? Okay, come on. Giant? Yo! Oh! Alright, let's pull them up. Who are they? What should I do? Do they have any idea how important those books are? It's been a while, Vegapunk. As usual, that head of yours makes you stand out. Oh, we're actually giving... Oh, yo! Is that you? Dragon? What are you doing here? That's my line. You head definitely looks like it's gotten a bit bigger. I knew Old Man Clover. As you just have Vegapunk being revealed, like, you too? I know he was once a bit of a hooligan roaming the seas, but all that nonsense about him trying to destroy the world, it's propaganda. It's brilliant propaganda. Oh, we have Monkey D. Dragon, head of the Freedom Fighters or the Revolutionary Army. Oh, wait, it wouldn't have been the Revolutionary Army, 33 years old. Oh, that's interesting. And head of Punk Hazard Laboratory, 43 years old. Oh, and this is happening 22 years ago. So that means that, Dragon is 55 and Vegapunk is 65. Oh, this is so great. Also, ignore whatever noise. Oh, yes. Oh, this is so great. Oh, no, I'm losing. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. All right. Dragon is saying that he said Ohara sacrificed itself for those treasures and that he couldn't let them be erased from history. After seeing a government lackey like you lurking about, I'm glad they're here to scoop them up and keep them safe. Hey, you know I'd never. You passed on joining the Freedom Fighters a while ago, but it still makes me sick to hear about you becoming one of their lapdogs. Ooh, this is interesting. Don't be stupid. You ragtag operation was always too poor. What good are my skills and intellect if I can't actually build anything? I know. You're as blunt as ever. Oh, this is so great. The world government is an insanely huge organization. There are plenty of decent people on the inside that can be reasoned with, especially in the Navy. Don't lose sight of the end goal, Dragon. I get it, but I can't just sit back after this. It's too damn much. Oh, gosh. Those harmless scholars were brutally snuffed out just for questioning their authority. It's a farce. I'm going to raise an army that can fight them head on. I thought you hated war. Just watch, Vegapunk. I'll change the world. The will of Ohara won't die with Clover. Ooh. And within a year, he, Imperio, and Bartholomew Kuma founded the Revolutionary Army, which continues to shake the world to this day. Yo! Wait, 22 years ago. Oh, this happened. Oh, I forgot. If this is 22 years ago, this is when Roger technically got executed, I think. I forget. It's either it happened 18 years ago from the start of the series or 20 years ago from the start of the series, which would mean 20 years in the past or 22 years in the past. So technically he didn't start it as soon as Roger got executed. Oh, this is so interesting. As you just have everyone coming to realization like, oh wait, they're in Elbath. Oh wait, no, wait 1 second. He didn't say Elbath, but he said giants. The giants have them. Yeah, that's, oh gosh, there's so much. As you just have everyone like responding, Nami's like, wow, Luffy's dad sounds intense. As you have obviously Usopp saying, did you just say Elbath? As you just have Nico Robin's like, Professor Clover's fate motivated dragon? As you just have Frankie's like, my head's gonna blow. Why did you do, what? I can't speak. My head's gonna blow. Why did Kuma help us? And why did you modify him so much, Vegapunk? As you just have freaking Sanji's like, Eva, that bastard was one of the founding members of the Revolutionaries. Oh gosh. The books from Ohara currently couldn't be left to be found by the government, but my curiosity compelled me to make a discreet trip to Elbath where the books were taken, and they allowed me to read each and every one of them. In other words, I took everything O'Hara uncovered about the world and secretly memorized it. It's all in my head, and I have continued their research. Also, there's someone here. There's someone here that's gonna either make people happy or horribly mad. Frankly, I'm happy for this character being back. As you just have Robin's like, that giant captain, he's called Saul, isn't it? Yes! Yes! He's in hiding now, so I can't confirm anything. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's so great! Robin is so happy! She's so happy! This is the happiest we've seen Robin. Oh my gosh, this is so great. I'm getting so excited over this. This is insane. Oh my gosh. It's like, thank you, Dr. VEGAPUNK. Thank you for not letting O'Hara's sacrifice be in vain. I tried to help progress every field of thought possible. It's my nature as a scholar. He apparently frees everyone from the floor now, like, wing. Ugh, the shoes are moving on their own. I can't release you just like... Oh, I can't just release you just yet. Follow me. There's something I want to show you. What? Oh no, we're just leaving. We're going to the junkyard. Ed hits fabrication stratum. It's like, Chopper, there's no way to get in. Oh, it must be the type that moves on its own. Move. Move, Robo. Doesn't it need a special command? Maybe we've just got to say its name. Move, Robo no Suki. Move, Robo King. As you just have both freaking Jinbei and Bonnie in the background, like, you guys are such kids. Ain't no way it's move. Jing. Whoa, the robot's gonna blow. Save me, Quasar. No good. Another debacle. Somebody please save me, Quasar. Perhaps space-time bit mid-warp? What? What the? There's a guy like Kinemon here. I'm sinking. I gotcha. Sorry. As you just have Bonnie saying, it's him. Much obliged. You're Dragon's boy, right? I knew you'd come. Good job on making it. What? Oh my, Bonnie, dear me. You sure have gotten big. It's splendid to see you. So full of vigor. What? Oh man, are you floating? Vegapunk. You can float too, you know. Those dome shoes you're wearing have a very nifty hover function. What? See here. Press this button on the side. Grab the lever. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Godzukas! We've flown too far. Whoa! Save us, Quasar! Dr. Vegapunk, the man with the biggest brain in the world, leader of the Navy's SSG, Special Science Group, and the chapter ends. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Oh, and the chapter ends. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, there's so much to talk about in this chapter. Alright, let's go over it from beginning to end. As the title of this chapter tells you, this is a very O'Hara-focused chapter. And I mean, this is heavily O'Hara-focused. Like, there's so much that we can just take from this chapter and how important O'Hara is to the story from this chapter alone. First of all, we're getting a whole bunch of shine on Robin in this chapter. The fact that Saul is alive... I'm gonna be honest, no one predicted it. I mean, there is some sense to make of it. Like, yes, he was frozen solid. We all assumed that he was dead, but I mean, this is One Piece, and we know that literally Luffy also got frozen solid, and he was able to survive, so it makes sense that potentially Saul would be alive, even though he's frozen solid. So, also, it makes sense, because if you were to go to O'Hara and there isn't a giant body, that would make sense. But, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care that he's alive, because... Robin has been through a lot. Like, for the past, 20 or so years of her life, she's gone through nothing but heartache. And I'm glad that at the very bare minimum, she has someone that she loves that still exists via Saul. So, that's going to be fun. So, if they do go to Elbaf, there was going to be a reunion there. And frankly, if it's between him being dead and Robin have a reunion with like her oldest family member, more or less, you know what? I'll take that. And speaking of family, there's a lot of cool stuff in this chapter. The fact that when it comes to O'Hara, obviously they were not in the wrong. They were just being persecuted because they gained knowledge. But we get to see a lot of interactions between Robin and Vegapunk in this chapter. The confirmation that what O'Hara was researching was the Ancient Kingdom. Some hints to potentially the name of the Ancient Kingdom were dropped in this chapter by the fact that they kept referring to it as Kingdom, and normally a name comes after that. So there's a lot of stuff being said in this chapter, and as well as just a lot of new information revealed in this chapter. We get to see, once again, Robin's flashback, and I really did enjoy the interactions between Robin and I do believe Shaka, or at least the Vegapunk of Logic in this chapter. Their dynamic, their back and forth was great, and just seeing Robin's reaction to this, getting to learn a little bit more about Clover and how he was an archaeologist, and how Clover as a character pretty much sent everything into motion because of what Clover did, as well as what Nico Olivia did, and all of the people like pretty much risking their lives to save the books. That was something amazing. I always thought in my head that it's kind of weird that they were able to throw this stuff in the water, and that the world government, or this isn't something that has ever really been brought up in the entire series, like where those books went. Are they still on O'Hara? Why would they still be on O'Hara if the world government wanted to destroy everything? It's revealed that the Giants were able to take them away, which makes sense with the perceived connection that the Giants have with potentially the Ancient Kingdom, specifically with their god being a sun god, and then you have Nika potentially being connected to that. There's just a lot of things that connected the Giants here, but it's great to see that there is going to be a little bit more importance when it comes to O'Hara in the story, its connection to the Giants, its connection to the world government, and the fact that Clover with the Buster Call on O'Hara was actually what led Dragon to actually more or less form the Revolutionary Army, as well as we get a little bit more understanding of the connection between Dr. Vegapunk as well as Dragon and how they really pretty much met, which is that Vegapunk was confronted by Dragon to be a part of the Revolutionary Armies, and Vegapunk's like, no, you're poor. I'm going to go to the world government, which I really enjoy this dynamic because it really just shows like sort of a gray area when it comes to Vegapunk. Yes, he seems to be a very good person via Shaka, but he also has an evil side, and the fact that he recognizes that he's working for the Revolutionary Army that literally Buster called an entire place, but still put it upon himself to learn all of the information that was in those books of the lands of O'Hara by the archaeologist. That's something very cool. Now, the fact that he knows this information means that there are two places where this information is going to be held, and potentially he is going to be dying with this information, but we now know that there's technically a backup of it, but because he's memorized it, I think that at least one of the Vegapunks that satellites are going to live, and they're going to have that knowledge, and I'm very, very much thinking that it's probably going to be Shaka. So we got a lot of stuff revealed and a lot of connections to other characters in this chapter, and that was great. And once again, I just really love the panel of just Nico Robin crying. It makes me happy inside, so that's great. Also, randomly, we get the reveal of Vegapunk's main body, and that he has finally met up with Luffy. And oh yeah, I forgot, this is what I was spoiled on. Yeah, he looks like Albert Einstein with his like tongue sticking out, his facial expression, also the fact that his head is significantly smaller, which that's something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like his head right now is significantly smaller than what his head was in the flashback, because his head in the flashback was like 2 to 3 times. Yeah, it was significantly, and I do mean significantly bigger than his body, while this other one is like around the same size. So there's speculation that we can make that the reasoning why his head is that small is most likely than not he has been able to like separate his brain or his skull or his knowledge pretty much into the other satellite bodies, which means that more or less there are 7 Vegapunks. You have the original Vegapunk, and then the 7 other satellites that may have pieces of his body or his mentality inside of them. So in the way, when they do say that they are all Vegapunks, they all are Vegapunks because most likely than not, they have pieces of the original Vegapunk's brain inside of their body, due to the fact that this Vegapunk, has a very smaller head. So that's something that exists in the world. Can't wait to get more elaboration on that. But overall, this was an amazing chapter for One Piece. just so much in this chapter that I love that I can't go over everything, but I think I've gone over enough for this review. So yeah, this is my review thoughts about this chapter from One Piece. What did you think? Did you enjoy it? Did you dislike it? Did you love it? Please tell me you loved it. I enjoyed this chapter so much. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about this topic. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this chapter. And if you did, leave a like on the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. And don't forget to hit that bell to be notified for whenever I upload more content like this. Do all that cool jazz. And hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye! Oh no.